Live League Game of the Day. Willefort versus Spritemare. Von Bolt versus Max.
Welcome back to the channel, folks. Semi-original guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advance Wars by Web, bringing you another Live League Game of the Day. Today we are on a Sundered Land. This is a triple base airport and comm tower supported matchup. Actually, double comm towers on this match. Very cool. We're going to see some high level firepower on this one. We have Willefort versus Spritemare, once again featured on the channel here. And we have a Von Bolt versus a Max matchup. Why? Because this, my friends, is high funds. Yes, we have some high fun action here. Not the player, just the game mode. Now, this is a kind of a neat little map. I like it. You know what? I don't mind this map at all, but it is very slow reinforcements, folks, as we can see here. Oh, actually, it's 4 bases, not even triple base. All right, 4 bases per side on this map. That's what we got going on here, folks. We have 2 bases rushing over here. We have 2 bases right here, which could either take the long route and go over here and defend the lab and then attack this area over here, or they can take the semi-quicker route and join forces with the 2 base side over here, potentially making this either a 3 base side, or if you were feeling incredibly frisky, it could even be a 4 base side, rushing that lab, causing maximum carnage. Folks, we have no idea what is going to happen in this match. It could be anything. It could be nothing. It could involve some soiled abominations, folks. We have no idea. We have no idea what's going to happen. But the other thing that could happen is this is obviously an infantry reinforcement range right here. Go over the rivers, go over the mountain, and you are immediately in the center of the map. This is going to be an infantry war. Infantry are going to be rushing over here, causing all sorts of havoc. Aside from that, folks, I don't really see anything else happening on here. You know, I think we're just going to have the standard game of big tonk energy, big plane energy, big power energy. That's what we're going to have. Some big flipping energy, folks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what went down in the Live League today. Beautiful. On the first few days, folks, you all know the deal. It is the standard infantry builds, because you got to get those infantry on the field. It's the #1 priority in Advance Wars by Web. The #2 priority in Advance Wars by Web is making sure that you like and subscribe to the channel for all that hot, flippin' Live League action, folks. All right. And I just realized I was clicking my mouse, and that's probably super annoying, so we're going to stop doing that and clicking other things. There we go. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. The penguin soldiers are rolling out. We already have one of them in the middle, but the red fire soldiers are just behind, also rushing the middle. Now, Willefort and Spritemare, I don't actually remember ever seeing these two play against each other in the Live League. It is definitely possible that they have. I have not witnessed every single possible game in the Live League, but I have seen quite a few. And if these two have fought each other, well, then they've probably fought each other before. But who knows, folks? But as we can see here, Willefort, the Von Bolt player, Red Fire, has busted out the mech. We got the first mech of the game. Spritemare decides to bust out a battlecopter double tank infantry combination over here. Beautiful little combination here, but Willefort with 23,000 funds will be able to bust out a second mech. Oh my god, we got a second mech on the field, followed by an anti-air and a tank. And we can see now the flood, the pure flood of units. Already on day 5, we have multiple tanks, multiple infantry, multiple air units. Things are going to get spicy on this map super quick, folks. Now, this is a very interesting one, too, because since it's so high unit count, there could be unlimited potential for Ex Machina bait, but there could also be unlimited potential for the fattest Ex Machina of 2025. Now, as you know, for those of you that follow the channel, I am in search of the fattest Ex Machina of 2025. So if you all happen to find a huge Ex Machina, and that's fattest with PH, by the way, please make sure to join my Discord and send it to me in the replay section, because I would love to see it. It is going to be fantastic. Maybe it's going to be a compilation video for the end of the year. Maybe it's going to have absolutely nothing to do with anything. We'll find out later on this year, folks. And that is for sure. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. Now the battlecopter. Spritemare going super heavy on the battlecopters, and I absolutely love it. Now these battlecopters are going to be super effective here for a short while, at least until the anti-airs reach the middle, which I guess they're going to be able to reach the middle right now. Like, one of them is going to be able to get to the middle, but is that in tank range? Ooh, it's not in tank range. Okay. Willefort places the anti-air directly out of tank range, but we have multiple engagements in the middle already, folks. Properties are being denied all over the map here. Spritemare taking control of the map once again here. Busts out the battlecopter. Very interesting play right here. Actually puts the battlecopter in range of not only one battlecopter right here, but also in range of the anti-air, and this battlecopter is also in range of the anti-air. So this could potentially be a double battlecopter sacrifice over here. The interesting thing about this is if this anti-air decides he wants to go up and eliminate this battlecopter, this mech will not be able to strike the tank. So, I mean, there's some slight benefit from that for sure, but I don't know how I feel about it at the end of the day, folks. Losing two battlecopters in one turn, that is going to charge a whole lot of charge. You know, that's definitely a possibility. That's definitely a benefit. But now we have more tanks in the middle. Another battlecopter. I think Spritemare is probably going to be busting out a battlecopter every single flipping day of this game, folks. Without a doubt. Yeah, we got that battlecopter strike, folks, taking it all the way down to 2. The other battlecopter has been eliminated, and these flipping mechs. 4 mechs on the field now, folks. And these are strong mechs. These are Von Bolt mechs. They do have increased defense as well. One of them sitting on a flipping mountain. That is 150% defense. That means that 50% of the damage you would initially do to this unit is going to be eliminated. Just gone. 50% less damage. That's how defense works. Now, offense in Advanced Search by Web, you will get, if you have a 10% increase in offense, it's a 10% increase in offense on the normal amount of damage that you would do. So if you're doing 50% damage, 10% tacked on top of that, you're doing 55% damage. But defense works differently, as it will just completely negate 10% of that damage in total. So interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff indeed. Alright. Comm towers are being acquired now. Now, if Max gets both comm towers, that's going to put him at 140% firepower on a day-to-day. But if On Bolt gets both comm towers, that does put him at 130%, which is very good. But as we can see here, folks, we have a mid-turn power. We have a mid-turn max force. The purpose of which looks to be to eliminate, or at least come very close to eliminating. Ooh, yeah, come very close to eliminating a anti-air. Very close, but also allows for a first strike down south here with the tank, and that will be uncontested for certain. Also does get +1 movement on the rest of the vehicles here, so they do get a little bit of a boosty. Spritemare busts out the Soiled One, the 5th Lord himself, the Soiled Abomination. He's on the field all the way in the top corner of the map, possibly the smelliest map in Advanced Wars, smelly section of a map in Advanced Wars. I don't know, that's a possibility, but Willefort not going to let it bother him at the moment. He has fully blocked off the southern section of the map here, which will prevent Spritemare from actually sending those reinforcements that he has to assist in the battle here, as Willefort continues to flood the middle of the map with mechs, folks. There's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mechs. 6 flipping mechs in the middle of the map, folks. Oh my god, that is going to be very difficult to deal with 100%. But Willefort also busts out the classy boy of the sky and the classy boy, the medium tank, our Lord and Savior. Beautiful. You love to see it, folks. Looking shiny as all heck down there. But it's now Spritemare's turn. And Spritemare has decided that he wants to attack the infantry. So he eliminates the infantry from play. We shall not be seeing that infantry anymore. And he is now making a mad dash to the lab. He's making a mad dash to the laboratory with the majority of his forces up north, with the Soiled Abomination following suit just slightly behind the rest of the army, and also busts out a fighter as the counter to the classiest unit in the sky. So, will this fighter be able to accomplish the mission of destroying the classy boy of the sky, or will the classy boy of the sky get away? Now, unfortunately, Willefort now busts out the soiled one, and this match has gotten a little bit stinky on both ends, but both players have busted out the classy boy, the medium tank. They're on the field on both sides, putting a little bit of class into what is considered maybe a little bit of a stinky game so far, but I digress. This is perfectly fine. Let's see how the rest of the match flows here as Willefort is now making a mad push to the laboratory. Oh my god, this could potentially turn into a little bit of an HQ race here. I don't know. It could be possible, could not be possible. This move right here, good. I like that move. That is a nice move. Now, mainly why it's nice is because this can't hit it, and this can't hit it. This could hit it, but it probably won't because it's going to blow up. Look at this. Look at that right there. It's probably going to blow up. This is probably going to go down and attack it. Now, if it does attack it, it eats a mech hit, might eat a tank hit, might hit an anti-air hit, might hit a copter hit. Could eat a lot of hits. And that could just be a free dude. You never know. But we shall find out. Another copter strike. Alright, here we go. Here we go. And the fighter's moving in. Spritemare now busting out the classy boy of the sky. The bomber has arrived to Cobalt Ice. Very nice. You love to see it. Day 11, Willefort attacks. He attacks the anti-air, taking it down to 5, and then eliminates it. Eliminates it from play. But that forward battlecopter here, once again, is now actually safe, so he does not have to worry about any sort of craziness. However, another battlecopter has just rushed right into Spritemare's territory and struck down one of his battlecopters, and that was to get charge for the ex-Macarena. Von Bolt be dancing in his chair today, folks, because he has struck down the Soiled Abomination. That man is stunned. He is not moving anywhere. He even may potentially fall to the classy boy of the sky. There is serious potential for destruction up here. Whether or not it's going to happen is another story, because this bomber may be needed elsewhere. But this bomber also needs to stay away from the fighter. So let's see what he decides to do with it. Oh, he's sending it north. He's sending it north. He is going to accomplish the mission, folks. He is at least going to try to accomplish the mission. Let's see how it works out for him. As more mechs are spawned, I am very curious how many mechs are on the field right now. There is 6 mechs on the field from Willefort. Holy moly. I can't wait to see how many mechs were made at the end of this game. Oh, and now the Soiled Abomination is rushing north. Spritemare has taken heavy damage, but does have a co-power ready. But is it going to be enough at this moment? Oh, and that fighter rushes all the way over here. And because... Nope, actually, you know what? This is perfectly safe. This is 100% safe. There is nothing to worry about here. However, there is the potential to... Is there potential to block this fighter in? Mech move here. Block this tile. The classy boy of the sky might be saved with some clever positioning here, but we'll find out soon enough. Tank unfortunately survived up north due to the extra defense. Second classy boy of the sky. Another soiled abomination. Oh my god, the filth. The absolute filth on this battlefield, folks. As the pre-deployed black boat has fallen, Willefort is now going for a comm tower. He is going to attempt to flip the comm tower that belongs to Spritemare, which is giving him that 140% firepower bonus right now. Willefort also has completely secured his lab. I do not think that there is any potential for a lab cap up there now. There's nothing really available to do that. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is also not really anything that can get through here. Yeah. There might not be anything that can get through here. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Fighter might not be able to accomplish the mission today, folks, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. There could be some potential here with a very clever max blast. Definitely with a clever max blast, it could be possible to take out the bomber up north, but it would require a little bit of finesse here. Let's see if Spritemare can come up with something. Spritemare is a very crafty fella, but Willefort's been playing this very well so far, so let's see what he comes up with. He's gonna be popping the super, and oh my god, the bomber just focus fires the medium tank down south and eliminates it. Oh, the poor medium tank. Poor medium tank. Ah, it's so unfortunate. You hate to see it, folks. Oh, tries to go for the combo hit. See, this is what I was thinking. Is it possible, though? It's not possible. Not possible. He doesn't get it. That's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. Now, I was thinking that maybe it could have been possible if what was it? You would have to like destroy this mech. If you destroy the mech with the Neo tank, then I think you might have been able to get like an extra hit, but I don't know. Maybe not. Let's see. This guy goes down here. He could attack it from here. See, he could attack it from here. And he could attack it from here. And then this guy could come in and attack it from here. Maybe with the 3-pronged attack, might be enough to take it out. Considering that it went down to 1 with these 2 attacks, it's definitely a possibility, but doesn't look like it's going to happen today, folks, unfortunately. So the HQ push is done. That's not going to be going anywhere, but we got a huge flipping fighter hit here. However, the amount of damage that Willefort has just sustained this turn is massive. Absolutely massive. He's down to 150,000 value, but he is so close. So close to getting an Ex Machina, folks. Just a few simple hits and down, like he's less than a bar. Less than a bar. Or no, a little more than the bar, but that's it. He's not going to be sacking to get it here today, folks. Does not look like it. I was thinking he could sack to get the Ex Machina, but if you don't have follow-up to an Ex Machina, sacking to get an Ex Machina is just not really the way to go, folks. Hold on to those Ex Machinas and dance another day. That's what you got to do. Alright, Willefort, though, 38 units to 25 units. But the bomber has almost been eliminated, taken all the way down to 1. Oh, I don't know where the Ex Machina is going to hit here, folks, but all I know is it's going to be flippin' filthy. Absolutely filthy. I'm actually kind of worried. You know what? Actually, I'm not even worried for Spritemare. You know why? Because Von Bolt, he will stun his own units now, folks. I was thinking maybe if he goes over here and starts capping this, the Ex Machina would actually hit right here, potentially. And he would also stun his own unit, so the HQ cap would not go through, so you wouldn't even have to worry about it. That's probably an Ex Machina bait right there, though, folks. Yeah, that is looking fairly Ex Machina right there. Yeah, that's an Ex Machina. The Ex Machina. Ooh, there goes the fighter. 8 HP. Fighter managing to take out the classy boy, the Sky, too. Very, very strong. Ooh, eliminates the infantry. And runs away from the HQ cap. So both of the lap caps have failed so far. So yeah, you know what? This is a pretty even game once again here, folks. Spritemare taking control of the battle, but you know what? He is behind right now by 1 property in total. So he definitely does have to flip property here because it looks like Willefort is going to be flipping the property. So technically he needs to flip 2 as another Soiled Abomination makes its way onto the field. But 2 properties are being flipped. Now we have a property in the center, which could potentially be flipped. There's a property being capped right here, 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 and this property. While there's not really anything here yet, it's about 2 days until that starts getting capped here. But Willefort, he is stopping those caps. He's not letting those go through. He's like, no, those are my caps. That's Black Hole. That's Bolt Guard territory over here. You're not taking my properties. I need those for producing high quality chairs. Another fighter on the field too. Like, look at this flipping army composition right now. We've got Soiled Abominations. We got mechs and fighters and artillery. Oh my god. And Spritemare down 10 units. Down 10 units. Not going to be able to push up yet. Can't really contend. If he keeps throwing away units to the front lines, he is not going to be long for this world, unfortunately. And we got an infantry strike in the center of the map here. Definitely what you got to do. If you can hold out for 14 days and not let your opponent cap anything, well, you automatically win the game right here. So that's his plan. He's just going to be like, you know what? I'm going to hold back. I'm going to bust out the fattest army you've ever seen, and you're not going to be taking any of my properties. Except for that one. That one's probably going through. The southern property is probably going through, though, folks. I mean, that one can't really be stopped. But the other ones can be stopped. All these properties in the middle. Like, look at this flipping form of advanced walls here, folks. This is absolutely massive, absolutely crazy. Willefort taking control on day 17 here. Moving the arty party up and just puts a tank right in front of the Soiled Abomination. Absolutely no fear right there. He's like, yeah, you go ahead and attack my tank and see what happens. You see what happens when you attack the tank. You're going to find out real soon that it's not going to be good for you. Well, is it not going to be good for him, or is it going to be good for him? We don't know. It could be good. You never know. Because there's fighters, and there's bombers. There's like a massive amount of army right behind that flipping arty party wall. Oh my god. Like, how do you even attack into that, to be completely honest? Max does have super coat power, though. And he's got fighters. He's got lots of fighters on the field. Now, who has more fighters, though? Max has 4 fighters. Bumble has 4. Okay, so both have 4 fighters. So that's not, like, too bad. But this is going to be an advanced walls turn, folks. There's going to be no attacking. There's just going to be shifting, shimmying. Spritemare right now needs to wait until he can find the perfect moment to launch that max blast. More mechs are on the field. Like, God, look at all the flipping mechs. Look at the mechs, folks. How many mechs? How many mechs? 10 mechs. That's like, okay, that's like 10% of the army composition here. Wait, is that right? No, 10% would be 5. It's like 20%. 20% of the army composition here is mechs. Okay. Okay, folks. The max blast is activated. 347,900 value is what Max has to be working with here Willefort at 382,750 value. Almost at Unicamp. Let's see what Spritemare can do. He's got 3 minutes and 1 second on the clock here to come up with the biggest flipping attack he can come up with here. He's going to be attacking mechs. He's attacking tanks. He's attacking soiled abominations. More infantry. Flipping neo tank attacks. More mech attacks. Taking out the flipping anti-air to attack another neo tank. Finds a snipe of a flippin' attack over here, sending in the fighters. Oh my god, that charges Ex Machina. Okay, this is going to be dangerous, folks. Absolutely dangerous. But you know what? I think that was a pretty effective attack. He managed to take out a whole lot of value out of the top portion of the map here. But now the question is, where does the Ex Machina fall right here? He did take out like 130,000 value. Where's the Ex Machina going? He's sacking the unit so that the Ex Machina hits right dead center in the middle of the map. That was definitely a little tiny bit of move planning here, folks, but look at it pay off. It managed to do a whole whack load of damage. But what it didn't hit is the fighters, and it didn't hit the bomber. So I think Spritemare might have a little bit of a counter here, but it looks like Willefort doesn't even care. He's like, you know what? In the center of your... I don't even care about the center of the map. You know what I care about? I care about that lab. I'm taking that lab. If he gets the lab, he's going to have the advanced technology in order to build even more effective chairs. Perhaps chairs that can go a whopping 8 kilometers an hour. You never know. Actually, I think there's chairs that even go faster than that. But that's not important. The important thing is that the battle continues, folks. And it looks like there are units rushing down to protect the lab. So I don't think that the lab capture is going to be going through here. But flipping Spritemare, laying the hurt to the man in the wheelchair now, runs out of time. And as a result, a bomber is destroyed. Very unfortunate. Alright, those attacks does charge another co-power. But Von Bolt is not giving up. He busts out another Soiled Abomination, sending his units up north. And trying to take the comm tower once again here. Oh, okay. Alright, interesting. Very interesting. The arty party has arrived to the lab, folks. Look at that flippin' arty party over here. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see what happens with it. Classy Boy takes out the Neo tank. Let's flippin' go. Beautiful. And he's almost out of ammo and he's almost out of fuel. That was probably one of the last things he will ever do on this map. And we salute him for it. What an absolute Chad. What an absolute legend. Definitely worthy of the classy title. You gotta love it, folks. Okay, and that activates the super. We have a super co-power here. Oh, that little infantry is in place to capture the lab. There could be a lab capture here, folks. It could happen. Oh my freaking god. Oh my flipping gosh. Oh my goshish darnishish. Is it gonna happen? I don't know. Let's find out. Eliminate the infantry. Oh, and the arty party has been broken. It's been broken, folks. Another classy boy. The sky has arrived. 2 more tanks and another smelly soiled abomination. Boy, gross. There's definitely going to be some Ex Machina action here, though, folks. Probably going to be dropping right in the middle of the map. That's my guess here. Nope, it's dropping up to the HQ region. And that stuns the infantry that could have went and capped the lab. Oh, that is super unfortunate. As 2 anti-airs come in as the heroes we never knew we needed. taking out that soiled abomination. Absolutely massive. What a play right there. Beautiful. You love to see it. You love to see the underdogs win, folks. Now, there's definitely 2 tanks up there that are going to be able to take care of those anti-airs, but there's also soiled abominations that are coming in to take care of the tanks right afterwards, so Neo tank's going to be pretty strong up there. But the other thing that's super strong is the 3 Neo tanks down directly by Spritemare's lab. That's scary. That is... If that's not fear-inducing, I don't know what is, folks, because that is an incredibly dangerous situation. Oh boy. Now, Spritemare's got a little bit of a buffer here because it is going to take at least... How many days here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so at least 3 days in order to take out the fighter, which is right on top of the lab, because I do not believe that Von Bolt has the firepower with an anti-air in order to actually take out a fighter. Okay, maybe. No, he's not going to use the super. No, he doesn't. Okay. If he uses a super, there is a small chance, very small chance that it could work. But as long as the fighter does not move, then it's okay. Oh, the mech sacrifices itself to do 1 point of damage to the Neo tank. What a legend. What an absolute legend. But Spritemare now at 270,200 value to 166,300 value from Willefort. So is definitely in the driver's seat for this one now. Will Willefort be able to hold on? At this point, it looks like he may just have to try to draw it out. But the bomber has been destroyed, folks. The bomber is destroyed and the infantry is protected. Oh dear. This could be it, folks. This could be what dreams are made of right now. Is it going to be possible for Willefort to put an infantry on that lab, begin capture, and then keep it alive for 1 more turn? Hey, the medium tank that we thought was done is actually not done, folks. He went up and he did 1 more. It's like 1 more for the road, guys. 1 more for the road. Oh, Spritemare is now capping the middle cities. Oh, once again, if he gets those 2 properties, that does mean that he is going to be able to pull ahead and be in the winning situation here. So it will be up to Willefort in order to flip properties. He's also doing a flip on the comm tower. If he grabs that comm tower, that's going to put him at 150% firepower day to day with direct combat units, folks. That is Advanced Wars 1 max right there on the daily. Okay. Willefort, he's going for it. He is going for the capture. He does have an anti-air in position to attack the bomber, so there is a possibility that that could take it out. It could take it out. We shall see. Ooh, it takes it down to 1. Okay. I mean, it's not a bad defense. It's not a bad defense, but the bomber can get around back here and attack, and I think that's enough to do a point of damage at minimum. But I think this might... How much damage does a normal 150% firepower max do against a Neo tank? Ooh. But how much damage does this do? And if he uses a co-power? And here we are, D23. Spritemare attacking the infantry. Yeah. You know what? That seems to be the better course of action, folks. You eliminate the infantry and then you get the interrupt. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, is there any possibility that Willefort might be able to still acquire the capture? Considering the amount of units here, I don't think so. But, I mean, there is an Ex Machina. If the Ex Machina... If the Ex Machina hits the Neo-Tank, the Soiled Abomination, and the Bomber, it could. But it's not going to, because there's 2 Neo-Tanks up north, and a fighter, and an infantry. So, and a battlecopter, just for a little extra support, folks. So, obviously, that is Bait City up there, folks. Boom, there we go. All hopes and dreams of acquiring that, that thing, that lab, they have gone down the toilet, folks. It is not going to be happening today, unfortunately, for Willefort. But he has protected his HQ, his lab. And once again, this is sort of an even game. 24 days. And there is still potential. There's still potential for flips. There's not many units in the center of the map right now. Spritemare is stunned up north. So he can't send any reinforcements to the center right now. Will it be enough? Will it be enough for Willefort to get some flipping units in the middle of the map and acquire some cities? Very, very likely, folks, because there's a Neo-Tank, 2 Neo-Tanks, a Bomber, fighter, and a Bomber, and now the mechs, folks. The legendary mechs of legend. They are here in the middle of the map, basically uncontested. Oh my god. But a property is being flipped down south now by Spritemare as the rest of the units flood the center to do as much damage as they possibly can. Will it be enough? How many properties does Willefort need to flip? He needs to flip 2 properties plus a comm tower in order to stay back in this game with 25 days left. Day 26. Finds a fighter to attack. Finds another fighter to attack. And then it looks like he's going for the first flip, folks. Now, if Willefort puts the fighter and the battlecopter in front of the mech, with the added support of the 1 HP bomber, that is definitely a guaranteed flip, but it looks like those units are going elsewhere to help guard the northern captures, which could potentially go through, but we have another max blast, folks. Another max blast. That's +2 movement. That is massive right there. Breaks the line, acquires the hit, but it looks like maybe... Oh, 1 cap is going to go through, though. 1 cap is going through. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Day 27. Fighter finds another classy void of the sky to destroy. Battlecopter taken out of the equation. Triple hit on that Neo-Tank right there. Oh, the 4 HP infantry is protected. Oh, join caps. Now that should actually be enough so that... No, it's not, because there's a bomber. There's a bomber in the back lines. It is going to be able to interrupt the capture, which he does instantly. Absolutely no question about that one, folks. That is the attack that needed to happen. Oh, and there's only 3 days left. There's only 3 days left to this match, folks, as the flippin' anti-air start rushing out. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 anti-air purchased in the last 2 days. Oh my god. Have you ever seen so many anti-air? It's almost like we're witnessing a fluffy game, folks. I have no idea. No idea what's going on here, but all I know is this is going to be a no-fly zone here very quickly. Another Neo-Tank has been eliminated in this game. And more mechs. Just completely base skips. Runs out of time. He has the Ex Machina. Day 28. More units are being destroyed here. Max force. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. With that, folks, I don't think it's possible. I do not think it's possible to actually win this game for Willefort, unfortunately. He has fought so hard, but the final Ex Machina bait up in the top corner, the double Mega Tank, double anti-air, plus Battlecopter, hits right there. That may be a contender for the fattest Ex Machina of 2025, folks. But whether it is or is not is a matter of opinion. One more property is attempted to be flipped here. The comm tower has been flipped, so in all reality, only 2 properties need to get flipped. There is 1 property up north that is being flipped. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, that north property is going to be going through. That's going to be a flip. That's going to happen. This south property could potentially happen. This could be a draw, folks. This is the closest that it has ever been to a draw. Let's see. Okay. Is there a possible way? Is there a way? Oh, wait, no. He's going to start capping on day 31 or day 30, which means he's not going to get it. Oh, he's going to get this one, but then he's going to be 1 property short. He is 1 property short, and Spritemare knows it, busting out the double max pipe runner this turn as he goes in and captures this property. Oh, what an upset. What an absolute upset. Poor Willefort fought so hard. So absolutely monumentally hard for this one, folks. But unfortunately, it was not enough. And he has lost this game to Spritemare. But look at this difference now. It is 25 to 9 units. The last turns of this game were just pure chaos. As Spritemare does come out with the win. And Willefort is literally just 1 day behind. And that's it. If this mech was at full HP when it started capping, it would have happened. It would have happened, folks. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for, and the real reason why we're doing this match. 115 kills, 111 deaths. 14 Neotanks have been eliminated from Advance Wars by Web by Willefort. 8 Neotanks has been eliminated by Spritemare. He actually lost 120 units too, so the KD was definitely in the favor of Willefort here, especially near the end. 26 mechs have been destroyed. Oh my god, that's something, man. That is something. Now, I'm just curious about one more thing before we call it a day on this game, which was an absolute banger. Congratulations to both players on playing such an awesome game. Okay, so we're gonna see right here. Oh my god, was it really this guy right here? Is this the hero? So this guy attacks this, the flippin' 1 HP bomber with 2 ammo and 26 fuel. What is the role here? This is what we need to know. What is the role? So it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. This right here. This is the hero of the game, folks. This guy. He managed to attack the mech and do just enough damage to win the game. Beautiful. Hopefully you all enjoyed that one. And if you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel, folks. I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves. And bye-bye for now.